All right, guys, welcome. Let's begin our last lap, the last leg for 2024 session. The last leg. We're not going to take anything for granted. I did send a paper. I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at it. But however, please, we're not taking anything for granted. You move with the speed of light. I need my first 2 marks. I need it in 3 minutes. My first 5 marks, let's get it in 3 minutes. Nothing's taken for granted. Nothing. No mark is taken for granted. I've seen a lot of mess-ups. When we take things for granted, we mess up. And please do it the way you would do it in an exam. That's what we need to keep doing at the moment. Do it the exact way you would do in an exam. I'm sure you are all done with the first one. Very straightforward. Examiner is given. Please, there's no need to expand. A lot of people still do those expansion. It's already 0 on the right hand side. So what do I know? 2x minus 6 equals to 0. Or x plus 5. Once I have it as a 0 on the right hand side, don't expand. And x equals to 3. Or x equals to, we are done there, 1 and 2. Those 2 marks for everybody doing maths. Next one as well. Once I see that the examiner has given me 2 decimal places, what do? Bring in my quadratic. Don't even waste time. X equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared. If you are not sure of the formula, please go and copy it. There's no shame. There is no shame in this. Minus 11 plus or minus square root of minus 11. Please use brackets. Your A is 7 and your C is 3 over 2 multiplied by 7. Do we want to confirm these answers? 1,2 or can we confirm? Are these the same answers you have? Nothing is taken for granted? Great. Let's move on quickly. There we go. 9 marks for you here. You have 6 minutes. Let's see, beat the time. And this is the way I want us to work in exams. 9 marks, you have 6 minutes. All right, let's mark together quickly. Let's start marking. Now, the examiner is very clever here. They want you to divide. Let's take note of the simple rules of maths. X squared is greater. When it comes to inequality, please make sure the right-hand side is a 0. So x squared minus 5x is greater than or equal to. There's one mark already there. If I factorize, okay. Now, my critical values, use a number line. I just prefer a number line. And when I do a number line, I know it's positive, negative, and positive. My critical values, 0 and 5. I am looking for things that are greater than 0, which means they are positive. And where is my positive? My positive is right here and right there. So what are we saying? Inequality. X is less than or equal to 0, or x is greater than or equal to 5. Not taking anything for granted. All right, I will get one mark there, I'll get another mark there, get another mark here, and get another mark there. Surds, what are my rules? First, isolate the surd. Square both sides of the surd. Expand and simplify. Solve. And then test for validity. Follow these rules. Every rule there is 5 marks. So I have 3 roots x plus 12. I am taking the x over. I've already isolated. 1 mark. Square both sides. Please, let's get this squaring right. 3 squared will give me 9. And if I square that, I am only removing the root. Don't make mistakes. Carefulness. We FOIL. 64. 16x. X squared. What will this give me? 9x plus 108. All right, equals to 64. Now, make sure that one of the side is what? 0. I'll prefer to move everything for now here. 16 minus 9 will give us what? 7. So plus 7x equals to what? 64 minus 108, negative 44. Okay. Now, can I factorize? Do we have factors? 44, do we have factors? Quadratic. 44 is what? 2 and 22, 4 and 11. Yeah, 4 and 11 would work. Yeah, before you go to quadratic, check. 4 and 11. I want positive 7, so it should be 11 there. It works. So x equals to 4 or x equals to negative 11. Please, you test in the original. A lot of learners make here. You test in the original question. Test in the original question. So I'll just go back and put a 4 there. If I put a 4 here, what's going to happen? 4 plus 12, 16. The square root of 16 is 4. 4 times 3, 12. My x is 4. 12 minus 4, 8. It works. What about negative 11? 12 minus 11, 1. The square root of 1, 1. 1 times 3, 3. Minus negative 11. That will give me 14. So it's not working. Please, there's 1 mark for cancelling out your answer. There's 1 mark there. So for expanding standard form, that answer selection. I need us to get these marks, please. That's why I'm not taking anything for granted. We get these marks before we start going, the exam starts going crazy. All right, so these are common things. Do you want to work that out for me quickly? 5 minutes, get me the 6 marks. Please move with the speed of light. 5:30, quickly. See, I'm putting you under pressure. When you practice, do the same. I trust that you finished. All right, 6 minutes was enough, or five, was it 5 minutes? Was more than enough for you to finish. Just take it slowly. The reason why we don't finish sometimes is we panic. Look at my pace. I'm going to do it exactly as if it's you. All right, 2y equals to 5 plus x. I can get x from here by bringing that there. So 2y minus 5. Just do it carefully. I have my first mark. Anywhere I see x, I'm going to then substitute. Check. Y squared. Just take your time. You'll get there easily. 3xy, but I'm writing as yx. 2y minus 5 equals to 2y minus 4. Just so that you don't make mistakes. See, when we rush, that's when we make mistakes. We start cancelling things out. But take your time. Be calm. You'll get there. Y squared plus 3 times 2. 6y squared minus 15y. All right? Here's where I want you to be careful. You are foiling. 4y squared. Then you say 2y times 5. That will be what? 10y times 2 minus 20y plus 25. Can you see? I'm still within my 5 minutes. Y squared, take your time. You'll get there. Once you start rushing, there'll be errors. What do you have? 8y squared minus 40y plus 50 plus 50. Now, 6y squared minus 8y squared plus y squared, all right? Putting all the y squared, right? What's next? Minus 15y plus 40y, all right? And then minus 100 will be equal to, no, yep, because I have moved it over. Okay, 6 plus 7, 1, 7 minus 8, negative y squared, 40 minus 15, 25y minus 100 equals to 0. Okay, what will this be if I multiply by negative? 25y squared plus, okay, you must get to this point. Factors? 5 and 20. Okay, so beautiful. We're done. Once you get that, y, and there's nothing that says you shouldn't get fractions, please. 5 and 20, negative, negative. So y equals to 5 or y equals to what? 20. But I know what my x is. You can do it this way. X is equal to what? 2y minus 5. What's your answer? 5. Next, x equals to 220 minus 5. What do you have? 35. We are done there. Check. I'm sure we're still within our 5 minutes. But once you start rushing, panicking, errors, multiplication errors, addition errors, sign errors, we're going to have lots of problem. Yes, refiller, it will be. We're going to create a playlist for this. All right. Great. I was expecting something to go crazy. Here we are. Let's try this. 5 minutes. Don't get a 0. That's why 20 over 20 first. Then we have this one. 5 minutes. All right, let's see. Let's see. The first thing I would do with a question like this is I have 2 to the power 2p. Let's break it down. What can this be written as? This we can multiply the exponent, right? It should be what? 6p. Or let's do it like this first. This can be written as 2 to the power 2p times 2 to the power what? Negative 1. Is that fine? All right. Everything to the power of what? 3. I can then distribute because it's a multiplication. That gives me what? 2 to the power what? 6p times 2 to the power negative 3. Okay. And I see they've given me 2 to the power 6p there, so that has helped me. I think the problem is the denominator. Check this. Root 7k can be written as 7 to the power half multiplied by what? K. Which is the same as what? 7k to the power what? I don't know if that makes sense. Because half times k is the same as what? K times half. But I know my 7 to the power k there. All right? So can we bring, okay, remember what this is. This is what? 7 to 9. So can we bring the whole thing in? What are we going to have? 2 to the power what? 6p times 2 to the power what? Negative 3 over 7k to the power half. What is 2 to the power 6? 2 to the power 6p. 81 times 2 to the power negative 3 over. This one is the same as saying the square root. I don't know if that makes sense. So that gives me the square root of what? 729. What's the square root of 729? Is it a perfect square? Yeah, it's 3 to the power 6. I don't want to use a calculator. All right, 3 to the power. So what is 81? They should have said without the use of a calculator. They should have, that's where they should have said. They spoiled the fun in this question. What is 81? 3 to the power what? 4 times 2 to the power negative 3 over 3 to, you can use your shift fact, right? Can I go back to times half? So 6 times half is what? 3. All right? Times 2 to the power negative 3. What is the half of 6? 3. And that gives me what? 4 and 3 there. Over 2 to the power what? 3. 3 over 8. Let me try something. Because they did not restrict me, if you're smart. If you're smart. Because they did not restrict me, check. Use of a calculator. They made a mistake. Maybe they forgot to type it. This is what I would have done. 7 to the power k. Let's be smart. And they cannot penalize you. What is k? That gives me I don't know if it makes sense. All right. That I can then throw in my calculator. Then I'll come back and say, oh, it is 2 to the power what? I'll still have to do this one. 6p times 2 to the power negative 3 over what? The root of 7. Don't worry, your calculator knows what to do. What is that? 81. Remember, they did not restrict me here. Let's try it. Let's see if we're going to get an answer. I don't know. It just came to my head as I was working. Since they did not restrict me, what do I have? 81 times 2 to the power negative 3 over the root of 7. All right. Square root. Log. Wow. This is real nonsense. 729. 3 over 8. They did not say without the use of a calculator. So 3 over 8. So I don't think they would penalize me because there's no rule. It's their error there. But Let's learn it as well. Yes, Christopher?
It's not Christopher, it's Tofato.
Oh, Tekofaso. Sorry. Yes.
Question. So I did the second one, man. And I tried to do it for both of them. I did it for P and for K using logs. So would it be possible to do it for both of them? Like I got for the log of P, man, for P I said it's log 2 to the 81 over 6.
Oh, I see. Then you divide it by 6. Yes, you see, because they did not say without the use of a calculator, I believe you will be fine. But usually these questions are always without the use of a calculator. But if I was in an exam and I don't see that statement there, I'm going to use it. So in an exam, if you did that, you'll be marked correct.
Yeah, say, I have a question. Could you please do it for me? I feel like I pressed something wrong because I didn't get 3 over 8. Though.
What did you get?
Gave me an error. I don't know.
Okay, let's check. Let us check. So, you said that 2 to the power 6p equals to 81. So what is 6p? Log base 2 of 81, right? Okay. All right. You want to put this in a calculator for me? Let's get a value for p. But at least I'm glad you were able to think of log. 9. No, I'm lying. It's not 9. That's 2 to the power some. Okay, yeah, it's not 9. Ooh, such a big lie. What's the answer?
1,0566.
Okay.
1.
After dividing by 6, right? So 1,05. Let's keep about 4 decimal places, right? Okay. Then for k, 7 to the power k equals to what? 729. So k will be equal to what? Log of base 7, 729. What will that give us? Let's get an answer for k.
3,38745.
38745. All right, so let's just put it back in now. Therefore, 2 to the power 2, what is our p? 1, 0, start typing, minus 1. You have to first put this bracket over the root of 7, 3,387. I'm sure we might get a decimal. You might be getting 0, something. All right, we start with that bracket, 2 there, exponent, 2 into bracket, 1,0566, close the bracket, minus 1. Then we drop the bracket and cube the whole thing over the root of 7 to the power of 3,38. I'm sure there were learners who did this. All right. 0,37. What is 3 over 8? To give you something similar to that. The same thing. We good?
Thank you, sir.
But the idea of the examiner here, I'm sure they forgot, was to do it without the use of a calc. So I'm sure this is what they wanted. All right? This is what they wanted. But anyway, they served into your hand here. If you get stuck and you don't see that instruction, don't create the instruction you don't see. All right. Let's try some finance here, quickly. Let's try some finance. I want you to do the whole thing. I'll give you 10 minutes or 12 or 15 because you have to read. Take your time, read. We want to get the whole thing correct. All right, were you able to maneuver? Were you out of 13 marks? Give me a quick response. Were you able to maneuver? I'm going to send you a new link now, but I need a response, please. All right, there's a new link sent on the group there. Let's just use that quickly. Let's start moving. Let's migrate everybody. Don't worry, before the end of the week, I'm going to sort this thing out. Bonge, please move. Vuavo, please move. Tseho, please move quickly. All right. How was it though? Was it difficult? Huh? Okay, let's see, guys. Let's see what this examiner is all about in this question. We must be able to get a whole lot of things right here. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me loud and clear, and we are ready to navigate through these questions together. Fritz deposited 3,000 into a savings account at the end. Please always take note of the date. Financial math has a lot to do with dates. End of January. He continued to make monthly. Oh, so what do I notice? It's regular. Deposit of 3,000 at the end of each month. You know what I'm looking for? That gives me whether he made 2 payments or 2 deposits in the first month. Okay, but I see that he only made 1 deposit. Interest is 7.5% compounded monthly. All right, because monthly deposit, we know this one would be what? That's our X. So I know I cannot use my A formula now. I have to use the F. Calculate how much money you will have on the 31st of December 2023. The question is, how many? What is my N? Remember, compounded monthly means 7.5% over what? Over 12. First, what formula are we using? Future value formula. Okay. All right. Future value formula. And what is our future value formula? F. Okay, number 1 equals to what? X. Number 1. F equals to what? X into bracket 1 plus I to the power of what? N minus 1 over what? Over I. How much are we depositing? 3,000 rand. 1 plus 7.5, right? Over what? 12. Okay, I'm going to come back to that. Now, what is our N? That's the question I want us to deal with together. What is N? We are told from, if you are not sure, I want to show you guys, if you are not sure, I don't want you to make a mistake. We start from what? 2005. 2024 until 2023. And each of this is from what? January to December. The same thing here. So we're talking about full years. How many years would be here? Is it 19 or 20? 19. How did you get 19? You counted. Similar to? Okay, but how would you get? So you said to. Okay, hold on. What if I said, check this. What if I said, I want you to see what you said. What if I started from here? What will this be? Are you sure? January to December 2022 is 1 year. January to December 2023 is another year. So you can't just say 2023 minus 2022. Top minus bottom plus 1. That's where I want us to get here. And if you are not sure, you just count. Take a quick count. It's not for so long. All right? Check. Is what? 4, 5, 6. You rather do that in an exam and be sure. All right? It's 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. Can you see up to 2010? Do you notice how many we counted? How many? 7. So, top minus bottom plus 1. So, my n, therefore, will be what? 2023 minus 2004 plus 1. So, which is 2024 minus 4. 20 years. Make sense? All right, so 20. Say, already you used 19. Those are the things I want us to be careful of. Please, let's pause here and check. Are we all okay? Did that make sense? If you need to count, manually, let's count. Because it's a full cycle of a year. Okay, so top minus bottom plus 1. Put that in a calculator. Please get me an answer. Let's get an answer. So once we do this once today, get home and look at these questions again. We've looked at number 1. We look at finance. I want us to look at one function question. Or maybe calculus. That first principles, and let's see what that is. Then our next session we'll look at functions and start breaking things down just gradually like that. Somebody please type answers in for me. What's your answer? $1,661,175. Please give me a thumbs up if that's the same answer you have. Let's confirm together. All right, thank you. I have 3 witnesses already, Venusia, Gracia, and Venusia. Lovely. So please take note of that N. I think that challenge would have been N. All right, 2 years after Fritz opened the savings account, 2 years after, so we're talking about what? 2006. All right, he decided to invest X rand of his bonus each year at the end of the year to boost his savings account. Okay. He made his last deposit of X rand 2 years before 31st of December. We're going to deal with that. But this is what I want us to deal with, guys. Please, let's check something. There's something important that I'm just reading here now. He makes X, all right, bonus. When does he make that deposit? Each year. My beautiful learners, please watch this. I see this examiner actually helped a lot of learners here. I'll tell you why. When is the deposit made? The deposit is made yearly. How is the interest calculated? Monthly. You cannot use monthly interest for yearly deposits. So my interest must also be what? Yearly. Interest must be once a year, since we are making the deposit once a year. Making my interest once a year is actually my what? Effective interest. Effective interest is the interest earned once a year. I hope that makes sense. So please take note. That's why 6.2.1, do you see? They helped you here. Calculate the yearly effective what? Interest. So we are converting the nominal to effective. How do we convert? I once told you that here is your formula. That's your effective interest. It's on the formula page, hidden there. I effective equals to what? 1 plus I nominal over N. All right, so it's 1 plus 7, 5. Don't forget the percent over 12. How many times? 12 minus 1. Give me an answer there. While you're writing, I'm just going to put a note here again for you. 2 notes. Interest rate and the frequency of deposit must be the same. Or payment. I want to do something. Frequency of regular. Let's add that word. Frequency of regular deposit. And what? Payment must be the same. Do you have an answer? Give me the I. No, before you multiply by 100. 077 what? 6? Okay, but do you have an extra value? Okay, dot, 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 dot. But now you see, it's not 4 decimal, because when I multiply by 100, you're not cooking. 3, 2, okay. All right, times 100. What am I going to get? 1, 2, 7, what? 7, 6, 3, 3. And this is what I want to tell you again on this. Quickly, difference between IEFF is interest rate. Interest earned once a year. I nominal is interest earned more than once a year. And let me give you a quick note as well. The effective interest must be greater than the nominal interest. Take note of those little notes. These are applications now. All right? The interest rate frequency and the deposit rate frequency must be the same. That's why the examiner wanted us to what? Convert. We couldn't have done this question without a conversion. Please take note of that tiny little note. All right. Now we go back to our story. Okay, can we try to see what this story is? Okay, this guy is depositing. Okay. And 2 years after he opened this deposit, what happened? He decided to invest an amount each year to boost his savings account. He made the last deposit. My question is, how many deposits is this. How many did he miss? I need us to calculate the number of yearly deposits. They said 2 years after and 2 years before. If you are not sure, let's try to make it very simple for everyone. If you are not sure of what to do, check. If I do that, T0, T1, but I won't count up to the end, right? T4, T5. All right, T what? We got 20, remember? T what? 19. Just to get how many payments or how many deposits he missed. All right. Did he pay the first year? First year after, did he make a deposit? No. The question says what? How many years after? 2 years after he opened. So T1 is the first year after. What about the second year? Did he make a deposit? Yes. 2 years after. Remember, this 1 year after. Are we there? This is when he opened the deposit. 1 year after, did he make? No. Second year after? Yes. So he made this deposit. And then check, when did he stop making payment or deposit? He made his last deposit 2 years before the end. All right? 2 years before the end. All right? This is the end. 1 year before. 2 years before. So the last time he paid was T18. He didn't pay this and he didn't pay that. So how many did he miss? If you would check. 3. He missed 3. So the total end is how many years? 17 years. Let me know if that makes sense, people. Please take time to count your financial maths. Read the English. First year before, second year before, that's when he started. All right, and 1 and 2. So he missed 19, he missed 20, and he missed the first. So he missed 3 out of 20, giving me 17 deposits. All right, so we have 17 regular deposits. 17 regular deposits of what? X. Let's continue. They said calculate his yearly deposit of X if he wants 3,000,000,500 to be in the savings. Wait. What is the aim? Let's be smart about it. What is the aim? 3.5 million, right? But right now he doesn't have 3.5 million. What does he have? At present, what does he have? 1,661,190 something. The value you gave me, 192. Oh no, it's this 1661192, this is how much he could save. But he wants how much is he short of? Balance. This is how much he's short of. Balance short. We subtract. There's a mark already for that subtraction. Please let's understand the financial math. It's going to make sense if you think about it like a normal daily thing. What's your answer? Okay, hold on. Yes, Boo? Talk to me.
So, may you please re-explain the timeline? I understand what you've been doing at the aim and at the present, but I don't understand the timeline quite clearly.
Okay, keep your mic on. The question says 2 years after, right? He made his deposit. He made it. This is the beginning.
Yes.
T1 is 1 year after. Did he make any deposit? T2, 2 years after, did he make a deposit?
Yes, he did.
All right, makes sense there.
Yes, sir.
All right. And then he stopped paying when? He stopped paying what? 2 years before December 2023. Are you with me?
So 2 years before the final year.
Absolutely. Can you see that?
Okay, thank you, sir.
So he missed how many? 1, 2, 3 out of 20.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome. We're good. Lovely. So what's my amount? 1838807, comma. This is the money he needs to save. Okay, so now, what is our balance? Our balance target. We're targeting that. But the question is, how is he making this money? That will determine the formula we're going to use. Let's quickly check something here. From here to here, this guy is making regular. And if he's doing regular deposits, we are going to use F, future value. All right, because we need the X. Beautiful. All right. But here, what happens? He stops making deposits, and money would never be the same in the bank. What happens? The money is going to grow. Oh, so it's a simple growth here. All right? So a single investment growth. So he stops making that amount and allows the money to grow. So at the end, this is what we are targeting. We need to work backwards to get the amount he has saved. That's going to become our principal value. Let's quickly walk through. So A equals to P, 1 plus I to the power N. 1/8, remember that is the aim. Final aim is to have that. But how much would I have saved? I don't know. 1 plus 7 comma. What is our interest again? 7633. 7633%. Remember, and that grows for 2 years that he didn't make. Lovely. So we can get the principal amount. And remember what that principal amount becomes? That principal amount becomes the future value. In fact, you know what I will do? Because I don't want to round off, I want to do this. 07,82 divided by 1 plus 7. All right. Are we okay here? So that's our principal amount. But this principal amount is saved. We save this principal amount by regular future. Oh, so F equals to X, 1 plus I to the power of N. Please treat financial math as something you can relate with. This is now my F because that's the amount I want to save. 183, all right, 8807,82 over. You can find a value here, but I just want to use my calculator once. And that is this, all of this was strengthen your algebra. We don't know X. 1 plus 7,7633%. We said the total number of deposit is 17 minus 1, all right, over 1 plus, my interest rather. My interest is 7,7633%. Remember, it's over 1 because it's yearly. So what is my X? If you remember what we said this value, all right, divided by this value would give you your final answer. So let's get a calculator and we are done with this. So what would I say? The value on the left, 183, all right, 183,8807,82, okay, divided. But remember, I could have gotten an answer for that, but I just want to. So you can actually work it out. 7,7633. I like to use the percent, if you've been following, to the power 2. Now, that is my P that I could have. So I could do this answer, all right? Let me check my interest, 7,633%. Lovely. Now, divided by, use that division sign. Now, bring this in. I have 2 brackets, 1 plus 7,7633. We have a percent there. Close the bracket, to the power of 17. Remember, minus 1. Close the bracket, otherwise you're going to have errors. 7,7633%. That's the I for the denominator. And this gives us our final answer. Good. That's our final answer. This guy needs to save 4793242. 4793242. 47932, and that is our answer. So please treat financial maths the way it should be done. Think of it as a daily routine transaction. Think about it. Put yourself in the shoe. Since you understand each of the formulas, it becomes quite easy to walk through. Money never remains the same in the bank. It's either it grows or it decays. If you stop making deposit, money grows. Remember, if you are making consistent deposit, F. You stop making deposit, it grows by the A formula. Such a lovely and beautiful question. All right, so let's go to the next one. Let's get 16 marks. I want you to get this whole 16 marks. I'll give you 15 minutes, then we mark the remaining 15 minutes. It's about revision, guys. It's about you working. Let's make it 15. Please get me the whole 16 marks. Tell me you're winning. All right, my learners, let's run through our last leg on this. So whatever we've done now, please go and find questions. Quickly build on this. Is that okay? Build your algebra. Now we're building calculus again. Next session we handle functions. Where's my marker now? Okay, were you able to do the first one? Your answer should be what? 10x plus 2. All right, let's work. Where did I put it? All right, let's quickly, let me do so many pages of this. 7.1. Okay, what's my expectation? I'm expecting my answer, f prime of x. I'm expecting it to be what? 10x plus what? 2. All right, I know the formula, so I'm going to start by using the formula. What is f of x plus h? It should be 5x plus h, all what? Squared plus 2 into bracket x plus h. What will that give me? 5 into bracket x squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus 2x plus 2h. What do we have? 5x squared plus 10xh plus 5h squared plus 2x plus 2h. Then I bring in my formula. F prime of x equals the limit as h approaches what? 0. Fx plus h minus f of x over what? Over h. Remember, we keep writing the limit. Now, what is f of x plus h? 5x squared plus 10xh plus 5h squared plus 2x plus 2h minus, what is f of x? 5x squared plus 2x, everything divided by what? H. All right. So what do we have? Limit as h approaches what? 0. My 5x, we can actually see that this would cancel that, right? And my 2x will also cancel. So what do I have left? 10xh plus 5h squared plus 2h. Is that fine? Over what? Okay, let's factorize quickly. Limit as h approaches what? 0. 10x plus 5h plus 2 over what? H. That goes. All right. Let's write our answer clearly. Please use a bracket. 10x plus 5h plus 2. What happens? Then I conclude, without writing the limit now, the h disappears. 10x plus 2. 5 marks for every single person. Please, here you are not allowed. I don't want to hear I made a mistake on this. No. Mistakes here are very painful and you will be paying for it. All right? You will be paying dearly for it. Next one. 7.2. Let's do 7.2 on one page together. There we go. This one is very simple. 7.2.1. Easy. If f of x equals to 5x to the power 4, we're just using the rule of differentiation here. What is the f prime of x going to be? 20x to the power 3 minus 3x squared plus 2. You get 3 marks very quickly there. 7.2.2. We are given f of x. Nice one. Algebra here. What do we do? I'll split it. Can I just split this quickly? Over 2x to the power 3. All right, this is one way to quickly do it. Split it. Already I'm sitting on 1 mark. Now, what would I have? 8 divided by 2 would give me 4. Laws of exponent. If I'm dividing with the same base, what do? Subtract the exponent. So what do I have? X, let me write it here so that you can see while you're revising, over 4. No, sorry. The 4 goes on top, right? 8 divided by 2 is 4. What is 4 divided by 2? Take your x up. Guys, this is still f of x. Let's simplify. What is f of x? 4. X to the power what? Negative 5 over 2. Negative 5 over 2 plus 2 x to the power negative 3. Now I can derive. What would that be? 5 over 2 times 4. What would that give us? Negative 10. Then we subtract 1 from there. Negative 7 over 2. Is that fine? Minus 3 times 2 will give us negative 6. You're done. You don't need to change it back if you want to, if they don't require. But if they require, you can just bring it back. Negative 10. If they require it, 7 over 2 minus 6 over x to the power what? 4. If they require, but it's not necessary, you are allowed to stop there. Okay. Please, I need us to practice. These questions I'm doing, I know we're still tired. We're trying to recover from the night and whatnot of study. Hence, I'm quickly picking these ones, and I want us to get answers. All right. The last one, I think. Were you able to do this? Why not? Okay, let's see. What is the examiner asking here? Very beautiful examiner here. Check. The examiner says, given that y is that and 2 what not is that, what are you deriving? Focus on this. This means we were just deriving, not knowing what we're doing. Check. Yes. It means that before you derive, you must have y equals to what not t. Then you can derive. So, I'll come and say y equals to 4x squared. There's no t here. But I know that 2xt, I need to bring in x. You see, dy dx, get dy dt, get rid of the x. What do you have? 7 over 2t. Now, substitute, because I want my equation to have y, to be y equals to something t. So anywhere I see x, what do I write? 7 over 2t squared minus 3. What would that give me? 4 times 7 squared is what? 49 over what? 4t squared. Is that fine? So what do I have? 49 over t squared. I do not want to derive with a t as a denominator. So what do I have? 49t to the power negative 2 minus 3. Now, do you see that I can now do dy dt? Dy, differentiate y with respect to t would be what? Negative 98t to the power negative 3. Done. You thought you were lying? All right. But this is how, let me know if it makes sense, guys. Let me know if we are good. What paper am I working with, yeah? I don't even remember, but I'll send the rest of the paper. Please, guys, I don't want to do much without you doing it. It doesn't help. You need to do it, and then we pick where we are making mistakes. So, The rest of, may I ask you to complete the paper before the next class? I want us to do as many papers as possible. All right? I sent the paper, right? It's on the group. Yes. So we can then tackle, I think our aim was to go for functions now. All right? We go through, what's remaining? Functions. Okay, yeah. So let's do the rest of functions. The rest of calculus, optimization, and what? Cubic function, number patterns. Just do the paper. So when I'm marking, do the rest of the paper, number patterns. So when we are marking, you just go to the page and, mark through. Guys, this is what is going to make the difference, the revision that we have. This is what will make all the difference. Are we okay so far for today? This is what's going to make the difference. Please go over this, take on questions that look like what we've done, and let us run the race together. It's the last lap. Let's give it the best shot. Okay. So finish the paper, and then when we come in the next class, we just mark. So you check, okay, I've done this, we mark. I've done this, I got this wrong. Never allow someone to do a question you have not attempted. I need the last attempt. All right, guys, have a lovely evening. This will be posted, I'm going to create a playlist for you to always catch up on this as quickly as possible. If there's no question, good night, everybody. Bye, Jada. Bye, Yanusha. Good night. Sbu, have a lovely evening too. Tehu, I hope you enjoyed it. Good night.